remember that this time last week we were all talking about Europe after backbench MPs and petitions called for a discussion in the Commons. An e-petition triggered a debate on the release of documents relating to the 1989 Hillsborough disaster. Now, although getting 100,000 names on a petition isn't a guarantee for a debate, it does help. So why isn't a cut in fuel duty, which has also gained lots of signatures, on the agenda? Well, the rising cost of fuel has been a long-standing problem. In 2000, fuel protests paralysed parts of Britain for 7 days, causing a crisis in the NHS, emptying supermarket shelves and even closing schools. The protesters won some concessions from the government. The then-Chancellor Gordon Brown announced that duty rates on all fuels would be frozen, initially up to April 2002. But it wasn't enough. And in the 11 years since we've seen motorway go-slows, demonstrations at oil depots and the inevitable queues at filling stations. Well, I'm joined now by the motoring journalist Quentin Willson, who is part of the FairFuelUK campaign, and the Labour MP Natascha Engel, chair of the Backbench Business Committee, which is responsible for scheduling the debate. Welcome to the programme. Now, Natascha, the FairFuelUK campaign has 100,000 signatures, the amount needed certainly to look at a debate. When's it going to happen?
Well, I'm really glad, first of all, to be given the opportunity to come here to explain this, because I think a lot of misinformation has gone out there. We meet as a committee once a week, and once a week only, on a Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And we are allocated time to schedule debate by government. Now, the Fair Fuel campaign came to us in the form of Robert Halfon, MP, to ask for time to debate the Fair Fuel e-petition, but they wanted to have a vote. Now, to have a vote, we have to have a debate in the chamber. We can't have a debate in Westminster Hall.
Yes.
And we were not allocated any time in the chamber, and that was why we couldn't actually allocate a debate.
Excuse me, I mean, that's fine, that is the technical explanation, but I suppose, in a way, the government's raised expectations, and the public now expects, as you could understand, if they get 100,000 signatures on the petition, or a little bit like the Europe debate, they just collect paper signatures, they want a debate.
That's right, but you've made the exact distinction between what's government and what's backbench. I mean, we as backbenchers don't have time. We don't have the power just to say we want to have a debate in the chamber. We have to wait for government to allocate us that time. So really, I mean, the sensible thing to do would be for government who've invented the e-petition system, which we all welcome as a way of hearing what the public has to say,
So,
then to schedule the debate.
So Quentin's not going to get his debate, is he?
No, we haven't said that either. We've said that the next time that we are allocated a day in the chamber, that's when we would have a look at it again, which is tomorrow.
So are you satisfied with that?
I fully understand that Natascha's between a rock and a hard place, and that the government has not handled this very well, because you've got this expectation, as you've already said, of consumers thinking they're going to get a debate if they do the 100,000 signature. This is sending out the wrong message about government accountability and responsiveness to these petitions. So I need, and I know you can't say this live on air, Natascha, I need to know that we will get a debate, because there's real hardship out there.
Can you, I know it's not exactly in your gift, but can you do everything you can, and pretty well assure Quentin he will get it?
Well, actually, what I will say, that tomorrow we meet at 1 o'clock, and there's the e-petition on Fair Fuel, but there are also lots of other debates that have been brought to us, so it all depends on what it is that comes before us. And I would hate to say that I will, as the chair, kind of just decide what gets debated, but having said that, I mean, this is such an important issue. I represent a rural constituency, and this is one of my #1 post-bag issues, so I would say it's got a very, very high chance of being debated.
It's got to be hard, but you are the chair, and you do have that power to say, or persuade the rest of the committee to say, yes, let's do it.
It's a committee of 7 people. We're all very supportive of this, and we're all very supportive of the e-petitions process as well. So I would say there's a very high likelihood that we will debate this.
And what I want is the government to say in a robust, loud voice that we are going to debate this, we are going to talk about it, because it's affecting growth and it's affecting prosperity and deficit reduction.
Well, the price of petrol has come down, of course, just recently, hasn't it?
Only slightly.
Yes.
Only slightly. We've got 2 more duty rises next year, about 8p. You know, when you've got Morrison's, you've got Asda, you've got NCP car parks, Tesco's, all saying that their footfall has been affected by high fuel duty. It's got to stop.
I mean, I suppose, Natascha, as far as you're concerned, you say you're supporting the e-petition, but it does put you in this difficult position. Is it the right way to go?
No, I think it's completely the wrong way to go, because actually this has got the potential to completely destroy what we do on the Backbench Business Committee, because increasingly we're only looking at debates that are brought to us that have got e-petitions with 100,000 signatures attached to them. So actually, I think, you know, we need to separate out what is backbench business and what is e-petitions.
Absolutely. So if you have e-petitions, you don't have direct access. That's the thing. That's the spectre that's facing us.
Let's say Natascha says no. The committee says no, decides for whatever reason. What's your next step?
We'll go to hiding.
Yes, we'll go to yeah, prepare for the worst.
Indeed, in the mildly phrased letter I delivered on Downing Street this morning, we'll get more and more raucous and noisy. I'm not saying we want direct action. God forbid, it would be an awful, awful thing. Let's do this through the political process. And let's get a statement from the government that they're going to look at this. All we want is a debate.
Natascha, you could be here again on future issues, couldn't you really? But I will have to wind us up there. Thank you both very much.